Howdy, my name is Santos Solorzano, and today I will be talking about the effect of virtual achievements on student engagement. Badge-based achievement systems are being used increasingly to drive user participation and engagement across a variety of platforms and contexts. With the recent rapid growth of tools for online learning, an interesting open question for educators is the extent to which badges can positively impact student participation. The initial emergence of virtual achievements, sometimes referred to as badges or trophies, awarded to users for completing certain tasks, was primarily focused around games. The term gamification was coined to describe the general approach of using elements typically seen in games, such as badges, in non game applications. Despite positive anecdotal reports, there is currently little empirical evidence to support their efficacy in particular domains. Current research into the impact of badges in non game applications has focused on investigating user perceptions rather than measuring the effect on participation. An early example of this work was conducted by Montola et al., in which an achievement system was added to a location based photo sharing service. Individual achievements were awarded for uploading various numbers of photos, sound clips, and scenes, as well as the first upload of each type of content. A more recent study by Fitzwalter et al. Investigated achievements within a mobile application designed to help university students learn about their campus during orientation phase of the semester. The application leveraged the GPS and QR code scanning functionality of smartphones, and achievements were awarded when students physically visited certain parts of their campus and answered questions relating to university services. Almost all students reported that the achievements helped motivate them to explore their campus. In this paper, researchers conducted a large-scale randomized control experiment to measure the effects of badges using a system called PeerWise. The PeerWise tool is a freely available award-winning platform used by more than 300 institutions around the world. Students using PeerWise create their own exam-style questions relevant to the course they are studying and share these via a central repository with other members of the class. This repository then becomes a practice research with which students can answer and critique their peers' questions. The PeerWise tool supports students in the question authoring process and enables an entire student cohort to create, share, and moderate a repository of their own multiple choice questions. When creating a question, a student must identify a topic or concept to be assessed and consider possible misconceptions when designing the set of alternative answers. In addition, they need to provide an explanation for the correct answer to their question in their own words. This figure shows the main menu of the PeerWise interface from a student's perspective. This menu organizes all the questions in the repository into three questions: those that have been authored by the student, those that the student has previously answered, and all the remaining questions which have not yet been answered. When a student earns a badge in PeerWise for the first time, a notification message appears on the main menu as illustrated in the figure. The notification message includes a link to the badges page, which lists all of the available badges, highlighting those that the student has currently earned. The badges page satisfies certain aspects of the status affirmation rule as defined by Anton and Churchill, as it highlights a student's personal achievements. This page also displays how many students have earned each of the badges and the rank and class of the current student's total badge tally, providing them an indication of their relative accomplishments. The experiment was conducted over a period of 4 weeks, involving a large class of more than 1,000 students using PeerWise, as they would in a typical semester. Half of the students selected at random had access to the badge system and were able to earn up to 22 distinct badges for their contributions and activity. The other half of the class did not have access to the badges in the user interface, but in all other respects were treated identically. On the 5th of March, when all students began using PeerWise for the first time, badges were enabled in the user interface only for students in the Badges On group. Students in this group were able to earn badges, receive notifications for every new badge earned, and see the View My Badges link at the bottom of the main menu, which linked to the Badges page. Students in the Badges Off group were not able to earn badges. They did not see the View My Badges link on the main menu, did not receive notifications, and were not able to view the Badges page. All other features of the tool and requirements for using PeerWise were identical for all students. In this study, researchers set out to investigate whether incorporating a badge system into PeerWise would result in a higher level of participation from students. They defined three measures of participation, the first two of which, the number of questions authored per student and the number of questions submitted per student, reflect the core functionality of the tool. The third measure was the number of distinct days that a student uses the tool. To encourage regular practice, as opposed to completing all required contributions in one sitting, several badges are awarded only when a student interacts with the tool on a number of different days, as well as on a number of consecutive days. This data provides evidence that the presence of the badges within the PeerWise interface caused an increase in the number of answers submitted by students without a corresponding change in the proportion that were correct. The badges also caused an increase in the number of days for which students were active. However, the effect size is quite small and equates to an average of less than 1 day. The badges did not have any impact on the number of questions authored by students. The researchers found that the presence of the badges had a clear positive effect on both the number of questions answered and the number of distinct days that students engaged with the tool, yet had no effect on the number of questions authored by students. Students reported Students reported enjoying being able to earn badges and indicated a strong preference for having them available in the interface. This paper presents the first large-scale study providing empirical evidence of the impact of a badge-based achievement system within an online learning tool. The badges had a significant positive effect on the number of questions answered and the number of distinct days that students were active with the tool, and did not lead to a reduction in the accuracy of students' answers. In addition, students enjoyed being rewarded with badges for their contributions and indicated a strong preference for having them in the interface. An interesting area of future work will be exploring what it means to publicize these achievements more openly. Allowing a student to display their badges to the rest of the class, or perhaps to a subset of friends who approve, may introduce a competitive element that further impacts engagement. Future work will also explore why earning badges encourage students to participate in certain ways but not in others. Thanks and Gigum.